day here. This is such an exciting day. I swear we're going to see the Flat Earthers' first model. I heard Flat Earth British talking about it on a hangout with Doomweaver. This is going to be history in the making. I can't wait. This is so exciting. GLOBEBUSTERZ have their first map, working map. This is going to blow all the skepticism away. Even me. I might even change my name to Jed Flat Earth Media. My heart's beating here. I can't wait. Let's go, guys. Let's watch this.
Oh, you heard that right. Join Awake Souls, Jason Laufenberg, and Ronnie Harris of Event Skeptic.
I can't wait. This is so exciting. GLOBEBUSTERZ have their first map, working map. It's
okay. The Flat Earth working map and model, macro to micro. Stars to the sun.
Will always be lined up where the north is.
Oh man, I just feel like I ate some manna.
Different grid work than this. It was just a rectangular grid work, but I forgot to adjust the angle. Timeanddate.com. It's 63 degrees. It's the sunrise angle. Was it 87 is the sunset, and
Tonight, live at 8 p.m. Central. Only on Beyond Flat Earth.
And we are live. How is everybody doing? Oh, I'm glitchy.
I am doing fantastic.
Hey, Jason.
How you doing, Ronnie?
Good, man. And we're joined tonight by a special guest, Brian, from the Homeschool Flat Earth Homeschool channel.
Yeah, Brian. How are you doing?
Good, everybody. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
Right.
We're super happy to have you be able to come on tonight. And, you know, I've just gotten to start knowing a little bit about you, and you have a channel, and you've got some content on there that I really like. And, you know, we wanted to have you on, and we wanted to hear your story. And so if you could you just tell us a little bit about yourself, the whole Flat Earth story, and then spirituality, the whole 9 yards. Just bring us up to where you're at. You know, whatever you think is relevant.
All right. How much time do I got?
As much time as you want. So let me just give the people that are watching just a quick rundown on what we'll be doing tonight. We're going to find out about Brian. I've got a video about the water level test. Ronnie and I, we wanted to talk about the North Korea hoax. You know, on Beyond Flat Earth, we were covering the war is a hoax, the CGI that we're seeing coming out of mainstream media. Couple other things. I have some comments that I've received on my channel that I'd like to go through and address. The BOB thing. So lots of things to cover. But Brian, please start us off and let us know about you.
Sure thing. So, hello everybody. I see everybody in the chat. Hello, Rain Man and Blue and Nacho. My name's Brian Acker. I'm 38 years old. I'm a father of 5. I've been married for just about 10 years now. I'm an avid flat Earth believer, ball Earth skeptic big time. My flat Earth walk started probably 3.5, 4 years ago, maybe. And so I've been in it for quite a while. And so I've been down just about every single road that you can go down in the flat Earth movement, you know, all the different models and all the different theories that are out there. And so I got really heavily involved at first with the flat Earth movement through all of the people out on YouTube that were making fun of flat earthers. Examples would be Steven Anderson, Joe Rogan, a few of the other big YouTube channels out there that were actually going out and making fun of them. And I thought to myself, now really, is there really flat earthers out there? And see, I always pay attention to the people that are picked on the most. And so it really drew me in to start asking these people questions and to start looking at this logically instead of just throwing ad hominem attacks at people and attacking people and insulting them and whatever. And so I continued on with this research for good 6-7 months. And then, you know, I started to find that all of the big channels at the top, example, Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, Mark Sargent, Jeranism, ODD, Richie from Boston, just about every major Flat Earth YouTube channel out there that you could think of. You know, I kind of seen back then they were acting really, really controlling. I was being chased out of all the chat rooms back then because of my belief in Jesus Christ, my belief in creation. And so I did. I wiped my hands clean of it and I walked away. And then I sat and I bought all kinds of books instead. And I went through all of these flat Earth books, like Edward Hendry's, you know, I got 100 Proofs the Earth Isn't a Globe, and I got a bunch of other books that I can't list off the top of my head because I'm kind of nervous here and on the spot. But anyways, I said, the heck with it. And I went to books instead of going on the internet. And I bought books and I read books and I got smarter. And I really researched the flat Earth and I found out, you know, hey, there's something to this. And I was sick and tired of all the shills at the top. And so when I came back to YouTube, I said, I'm coming back with a vengeance because it's being run by Satanists 100%. And it doesn't matter if it's in the flat Earth movement or whether it's just in the truth movement in general. If you look and you really study what these people are teaching you, it is occult practices and Satanism, and it's Luciferian. And most of them have been tied to the Jesuit connection or the Masonic connection or the Zionist connection, whatever you want to call it. It's a one world government anyways. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. I believe that everybody in this movement should have a say. I don't believe that any one of us should be censored, you know, unless we're doing filthy things like uttering death threats and calling people pedophiles with no proof. And things like that I do not support. But free speech, I support 100%. And so the way I see it is we've been given these Satanists the control over the chat room for the last, you know, God only knows how long. And we haven't been saying anything. We've been allowing them to speak and have their opinion and push their satanic agenda. And so this time I came back with a vengeance. I mean, I watch Flat Earth Reset and Infinite Plane Society and Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. And I just get so sick and tired of the Christianity bashing and the censorship of other people's opinions and ideas, because I think that's what makes the Flat Earth movement so beautiful, is that we can all get together and we can all meet and we can all discuss things. And whether it be discussing God's creation or if the Satanists want to go discuss their idea on the other side of the table. You know, I believe we all have a right to say what we want to say. And so that's why I'm fighting this. And that's what brought me to you guys. I started looking into your guys' videos and I started seeing that, hey, there is other models out there. Jeranism isn't the only one pushing his model. You know what I mean? There is other things out there. So I thank you for having me on. I've been a Christian for about 10 years, 15 years now. And it's been a very long, tedious walk, been up and down. I grew up from the age of basically 9 years old till I was 25 on the streets of Halifax, Nova Scotia. And for most of that street life, I did follow Jesus Christ. I wasn't perfect. None of us are. But I've learned a lot over my walk. And well, the one thing I've learned is that we can't judge the world, and we can't kick everybody out of our chat rooms because they disagree, you know? So, but I also don't believe a house can stand divided, you know? So.
Well, I'd like to add in there a little bit. So basically, if someone wants to disagree, I have no problem with that. I'm completely cool with that. My issue is the truth is the truth, right? We can only have one truth. There's not variations of the creator. There's one creator. And the line that I find that we have to toe is that we need to be standing on the truth if we're out here proclaiming a model or a flat earth proof. And the road, it gets a little bit weary when you try to you want to allow everybody to have their word, but if someone wants to deny the truth, their word is pretty much, you know, it's not important really.
Yeah, so the way I see it is the Satanists, if they all want to sit in their own little corner and share lies with each another, I'm fine with that. It doesn't bother me one bit. But if they want to promote their lies like they're somehow truth, then I've got a serious problem with it. Because to me, being a Christian is being for the truth. You could use the words synonymously, in my opinion, just truth or Christianity, and then lies and deception and fraud with Satanism. And to me, that's just a real simple differentiation, the red line in the sand that separates the two groups. You're either for the truth or you're for lies, deception, and cheating people out of their money, swindling them, stuff like that.
I agree with you there. Yeah, and that's been the problem, is we've allowed Satanists to have their say for so long that they've been pushing their so-called truths too. So because Jeranism stands on what he believes, and for us to attack him on his beliefs, he sees that. I don't see it as an attack. I see it as me standing for the truth and trying to confront Jeranism on something that he believes that maybe you should relook this over. But they're totally shut down to criticism. They won't take our criticism the way we've taken theirs over the last few years, And so, yeah, that is a problem. And I agree. If they want to meet at their own table and have their own discussion, fine. Or if they want to come to mine and listen and, add something constructive to the conversation, fine. But, I've seen the way they've been acting. They call me vile because I ask questions and I preach Jesus Christ. And I call them vile because all they do is curse and swear at me, kick me out of their chat. And you see what goes on. You know what happens.
Yeah, well, I bash on all those channels really hard because I've got so many videos up on my channel and Beyond Flat Earth and Ronnie's channel that all prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the popular Flat Earth model, that AE model with the sun and moon doing circles, is absolutely, utterly impossible. It's another Freemasonic lie, and it's been exposed. It's been shown. They've actually conceded that multiple times now, and yet still, if all their channels continue to promote that model, even though it's proven to not work. So to me, it's just they're COINTEL channels. It's all set up to fail. It would be very easy to expose that the popular flat Earth model doesn't work. One 30-minute piece on a major news network showing the major flaws, and the entire world laughs at flat Earth. It destroys it, and then they just walk away. And the Satanists have destroyed the truth of the flat Earth. Makes me ill.
I agree 100%, man. Yeah.
So, you wanna anything else about your story? Otherwise, anything else you want to share quick? Otherwise, that's going to start that video.
No, not unless you have any questions or anything. No.
Let's see. Any questions? Here's a question that comes to mind, because Ronnie and I were wondering, I mean, how did you come across us? How did you get our message? Because we know how censored we are. We know how small our audience is. How did you come across us?
Comment sections, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I read them thoroughly. I go back years and years and years, and I'm a troll. I'm a true troll, man. And so, but no, I've been seeing your guys' comments all over the place, man. And I'm like, okay, well, who are these guys? And tell you the truth, I do remember seeing you guys back in the day when I walked away from all of this. I do remember seeing Ronnie Jean's face, and I remember a lot of people making fun of you. And but that was like on my way out the door, so I didn't really pick up on it then. And so when you came up again this time in the comments section, I said, okay, here we go again. You know, these mainstream media clowns up top are making fun of somebody. Why are they making fun of them? What are they saying? And so that always leads me to go investigate, man. I always like to investigate the black sheep of society.
Nobody gets more black sheep than Ronnie and I do. That's for sure.
Well, until you met me.
So yeah, the trolling for the truth. That is that's fantastic. Ronnie's put out a new video on trolling for the truth. This is something why I felt like a connection to you, because you understood the whole concept of trolling for the truth, and the work that I see you doing. I understand that you know how to be a troll really well for the truth. I mean, there's a lot of trolls for lies and deceptions out there, but I don't know that there's that many trolls for the truth. I consider Ronnie here to be he is the ultimate troll for the truth, in my opinion. Maybe you're better, but I know Ronnie, and he's quite the troll for the truth. And I didn't understand anything about trolling for the truth whatsoever. I was completely oblivious to stock accounts and to this whole trolling thing. I was so naive to it. He had to explain for, I don't know, probably 6 months before I started understanding that, hey, you know, the majority of these comments here, these are stock accounts from trolls, and this is a battle that's being waged between trolls, and that the average person is probably just sitting there and doesn't read through the comment section all that well, but we know the comment section is pretty important in videos, you know, plus the content that you have, the videos that you have. We're in a spiritual war, and it's being waged on YouTube, and so we need to like super build a Christian truth army and stamp out the Satanists, lies and deception. Just stamp them out.
Yeah, that's the only way we're going to get anywhere is if we troll for the truth. We got to band together, and that's the only way, right?
Sharing each other's work, being on each other's featured channels, promoting each other, defending each other, the whole 9 yards. And see, that's the thing. Christianity, I don't know you, Brian. I just started coming across you a couple weeks ago, but I know if you're a Christian that speaks from the heart, and definitely if you've trolled for the truth. See, that's where we know each other by our works. So I can look at somebody like you, and you earn a huge amount of trust from me because I can see by your works that you've been trolling for the truth. And in my book, that's the best. You can't do better than that.
Well, that's why I like to meet people. That's why I like doing what we're doing right now, because this adds a whole lot of credibility to you and to Ronnie and to me, because we're showing our face, we're giving our name, we're being honest, we're being upfront, right?
Totally.
We're not here railing on everybody. You know, it really.
Well, there might be a little bit of that too.
Well, that's fine, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, we're trying to do this righteously, you know.
Yes,
biblically, and a lot of the Satanists don't like that because they want to sell their bat's blood, cast spells, and they want do all kinds of other wicked things, right? They want to promote their triangles and their 666. And so when I'm in their chat room telling people that, hey, these symbols mean something, they don't like that. And I lose a lot of trust in them chat rooms because these people have a lot of pull. You could watch a YouTube channel for 2 years and not know what the guy looks like. You know what I mean? And people will give him 100% of their trust and then not trust me because I'm speaking truth in the comments. And then I get blacklisted amongst all of his followers and him. And that's what's happening. I'm being pushed over in the corner. And you guys are pushed in the corner. And so we have to build this credibility amongst each other so that we can build our own network. Right?
Yeah, the Christian trolls for the truth.
Yeah, like Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes and Jeranism and Mark Sargent and ODD, they all work together, right? And that's what we need to do. As soon as we do that, we will attract the same fruit that we produce. You know what I mean? Christians will be drawn to us. If we build it, they will come, you know? So,
I agree. So I'll play that video quick. This is the details for the water level experiment, and it's not 100% all inclusive, but it should answer most everything. And let me just set this up and I guess we can all mute. So what I want to do right now is go through the way I intend to run this experiment, the world's longest water level, that's going to prove the Earth is flat. So the place that we plan on doing this is in Galveston. This right here is a snapshot of that area from Google Earth. I've imported it into SketchUp, and I've done some modeling on it. So what we're going to do is drill down here, and I'm envisioning this as the starting point. We have road access right here where we can offload supplies. We can offload hose, we can offload the posts. We can do that at multiple locations down this 3-mile stretch. So as we drill down here, what we're going to need to do is plant our first post in the sand. We'll use a post hole digger, we'll dig a hole, we'll plant the post in the ground. We'll use wet sand to pack it back in. We'll use levels to make sure that this post is perfectly perpendicular. Now you can see here, I've got a surveyor here. We are going to need to have a surveyor not using GPS equipment, but optical equipment with high tolerances, auto leveling theodolites or transits. And what they're going to need to do is they're going to need to set reference points down this beach in whatever distances that they can work within high level tolerances. All right, so they'll set a reference point here near where our first post is. They're going to shoot an elevation off of that, and then they can swing around, or maybe they'll have to add additional pins along the way. But what they're going to be doing is always shooting off this reference point here. And so they don't need to know sea level, they don't need to know anything other than the elevation of this starting pin. Now what we're going to be doing with the hose is we're going to be stringing it out, we're going to lay it down near the water's edge, and I have it marked out in yellow here, just so that it shows up. But then you can see where it transfers to blue here, and above that you can see how it's clear. So what we'll have is on the ends of whatever hose we use, we'll have clear tubing. And that clear tubing will probably be 8-10 feet of clear tubing. And so what we'll do is we'll pull up the hose along our post here, and we're going to set a mark on this post. First one. We're going to do a half mile at a time. So then we'll come down here. Same thing. We have the clear tubing. We're going to pull it up, and wherever the water is showing, you know, a level mark, wherever the water comes up in the tube, we're going to set our mark here and on our first post. Now what we'll be doing is having the surveyor with his shots here off these pins, we're going to check and see whether or not when the water level makes a mark on the first post and the second post, whether or not the surveyor says that that is in fact level. Okay, so we'll do it half mile. Now the reason why I have this wall here is because I want you to visualize us building an actual seawall, like a concrete seawall, where these marks that we're setting right here, what we want is a perfectly level seawall. It has no curvature to it. We know that we have the capability in this world right now to make something perfectly level. Level, level, level. The surveyor is going to verify that our half-mile section here is truly level. And then once we've done that, we're going to go to our next post, and then our next post, and then our next post. Surveyor always moving along with us, checking to see that when we get our marks on each post, that it's level the entire way, no curvature. So eventually what we'll have, come back out here, is we will have 3 miles of this done. Surveyor having verified the entire way that each half-mile section is truly level. So there will not be any question as to whether or not there is some magical force that is making the water and the level respond the same way, you know, the curved oceans in the globe Earth theory are responding. We want to build a wall. All right. A perfectly level wall for 3 miles. We will eventually have 3 miles of hose set up here, so that from the first mark to this mark should be exactly the same and verified by a surveyor on site. The reason why I like running the experiment from the one end to this end is because then at the end of this 3-mile run, when we've seen that water levels are in fact level and we've proven that there is no curvature, is it ends up right at a state park here. So what I'm envisioning is that flat earthers, globe earthers, anybody that wants to be a part of this experiment, they can be here, they can help out, they can help record. We're going to be live streaming. We're going to be recording with a P900. We would love to have somebody or multiple people that have drones there filming this with drone footage. We want a lot of people there, eyes on this experiment, to make sure that there is no tomfoolery, no hoaxing, no CGI, no faked results. That is documented, verified, and we are certain that there is no curvature. And this is a 3-mile test. After this is done, we could do it 6 miles. We could do it 12 miles. Alright, so what I'm picturing is that we hang out down here afterwards during the celebration, that we grill, we do some barbecuing, we have a bonfire. But this isn't going to be like the normal flat earth meetups where people just stumble around wasted or high on drugs. This is going to be truthers that have actually done real world experiment, knowing that they've proven now that the earth is flat. They have something demonstrable that they can share with friends and family, and we can get exposure. We can get the word out there to the rest of the world that earth is in fact flat. It has been proven by a world record water level.
So hello guys, this is Flooded Photography, Mike, and I'm going to transfer about $300 to Jason Laufenberg to his upcoming Flat Earth proof, which is way better than the retarded and stupid test that people donating to, which will be done by the shill and satanic piece of trash named Jainism, known as Shillerism, who is Freemasonic big. So Jason is planning to make a test together with Ronnie from their joint channel, which is called Beyond Flat Earth. You guys should subscribe. And they are planning to get a 3-mile hose and use a water level, which is the only accurate, actually way to send to measure if the Earth is flat or not. So I am going to be donating, and hopefully you guys can support this. Hopefully you guys can support this test as well. I think I have 252 on my account. So okay, $292. So hi Jason, I hope you can get enough money to go ahead with the fantastic flat earth proof with water level experiment. Timmy Havishai. Okay. So just check the email. So please send the money to Jason Laufenberg at mac.com. And send payment now. All right, that's it. And I hope you guys can help out. I hope every little helps. And this is the only proof that cannot be debunked, since water is always level. And you can search yourselves. I think Jason will make a video about it as well, another video, and they can make it happen. They are all builders, both of them, Jason and Ronnie. They know what they are doing, and it's a very simple experiment everyone can do. If you have ever built anything or used the water level, you know, you can spread it across. You can spread the hose across uneven terrain, stairs, doesn't matter, flat or not. Uphill, downhill, at both ends, it will always be level.
So I just want people to know that this experiment is coming together. Mike of Flat Earth Photography, this is what I see in PayPal. This is the message that he sent me. I received that money. Not long after that, I received from Dave by Enslaved by Media $350 with a note, "Hi Jason, thanks for making this experiment come true. I wish you guys the best of luck." Not long after that, I received $52.45 from Naui Ja. He says, "Good luck, guys." And not long after that, I received $500 from Peter with a message, "Good luck, Ethos Pete, Team Yahawashai, Revelation 12, 21/09/2017. To those of you that have supported the experiment already, I want to send you my deepest, deepest thanks. And those that have not supported the experiment yet, I would like to let you know that any amount that you contribute helps. And anything that you can do is going to be recorded. It will go down in history along with this experiment, the support that you gave. As far as the materials that we're going to use for this experiment, we are going to just continue to look for the cheapest, easiest to use material for this project. And I really appreciate people sending me their ideas. I even got a video from Anonymous Farm TV, and I've gotten comments regarding what would be the best theodolite self-leveling transit that we would be using for this. So we are going to continue to research this and then nail down specific costs so that everybody knows going into this exactly what our grand total is going to be. What I'd like to do right now is introduce everybody to an entirely new concept, and that is crowdsourced truthing. By truthers, for truthers. And so the way this is going to work is I'm not trying to make any money off of this experiment. I'm just trying to prove that Earth is flat. And so what I'm going to do is, with the materials in this experiment, I'm going to try to return them or sell them for as much as I can. And then the money that I get back, I'm going to refund to everybody that's contributed their portion. So it'll be a percentage. We're not going to get all the money back, and we do need to have a surveyor there. So that's going to cost money as well. Probably going to need to rent a trailer and a few other things that aren't going to be refundable. But as far as materials are concerned, we're going to get as much money back as we can, and I'll refund that as a percentage of your donation. So if we bind together as truthers and crowdsource the things that we want to do, as long as we have somebody that's honest and trustable and transparent, we can pool our funds together and accomplish whatever we want to, and get our money back so that we can do more, so that we're not just, making somebody rich that's taking the lead. There's no need for that. I'm here for the truth. And I want to show how it can be done quickly with crowdsourced truth funding.
This is a spiritual war. Believe it or not. And it's being waged, yes, here on YouTube. Get involved. Fight for truth. Or let your intent be remembered forever as you wish. Simulation, realization, nation. Team Yahushai Productions. Awake Souls. Flat Earth Photography. Enslaved by media. QNC. Event Skeptic.
Well, there we go.
Beautiful video, brother. I just wanted to bring up again. So you're suggesting that we sell or return the hoses and refund the money?
Yeah, as much as we can recoup out of the materials. We're not here to make money off of this experiment. We're here to prove that the Earth is flat, and we're here to get publicity for the flat Earth, because this is a world-changing truth. It cracks people's minds open to the level that the lies and deception are in this world. So we are here to get the truth out about that. It's the simplest experiment that I could come up with, and crowdsourced truth funding to me is just, if we have honest people that will put things together that will actually carry out and do the things that they say that they're going to do. If we share our resources with each other and then give back what we can, I think we could accomplish a lot. And in comparison with the ideas that are being promoted by people on the other team, the BOB and the Jaren with their tests and experiments. So Jaren's laser test, he already knows that he has beam convergence problems, and he wants to get some sort of beam concentrator that's like $5,000. Well, when the experiment's over, what happens with that $5,000 beam concentrator for his laser that he has? So with BOB, if he sends a rocket to space and puts up satellites, BOB and the does he refund them money? There's no way to do that. So what questions do people have? I was, the chat got a little wild there during that. I'm not going to tolerate anybody disrespecting the name of the creator here. That's a immediate ban for me. I'll try to let some dissension go. But that's not going to work. You got an echo, Ronnie?
No. Do you?
I did.
Did it go away?
No, it is.
Okay. But yeah, you were saying you had to ban some people?
I think Quasi showed up.
Wow, really? That's first.
Or somebody that was spill your blood for Quasi troll.
What? Yeah, I guess they love that the blood over intent. I don't know if Brian is what his thoughts on blood over intent.
Well,
did he bounce?
Are you with us, Brian? Can you hear us?
I'm hearing you, yeah. You're chopping in and out,
okay.
So I'm trying to pay close attention here.
I gotcha.
I'm watching what's going on in the chat room. I see the making fun of our creator comments.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that we finally got to wrench those people out, instead of them putting us out. That feels good and it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Well, that's
for your laser experience.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's great. I have never had a problem with people asking for donations. That has never been my problem. I mean, I almost did send Jeranism a few bucks a couple times, but then I something told me not to, so I didn't. But and you guys offered some of the money back, and I think that's an honest and upfront way to do it. Because then there's no hard feelings, there's no extra money left over sitting in your pocket that you're could be accused of flaunting or whatever. Crowdsourcing, nothing wrong with crowdsourcing. We can get some great things done with crowdsourcing. It's the people out there crowdsourcing for everything. I mean, I look at Celebrate Truth site, and they're asking for money everywhere as you turn around, right? That's what I have a problem with. They're raping people.
Yeah, what I want to show people is how it's done correctly. That way we have something when you see people that crowdsource that just don't give you anything in return, you don't get anything back from it.
Yeah.
So with this, there was a couple people in the chat that were like, this isn't going to prove the Earth is flat, and I just wanted to remind people. And the wall was brought up, like somehow we're racist for suggesting a wall. But sea walls are what actually keep the shore from being eroded. We have seawalls all over the place.
Well, yeah, no, the wall is just a figure of speech because it's what we're actually going to level. We're not using any lasers. We're going to use water levels, Brian. We're going to use a long hose, and you fill it up, and where you put the water at one end, the other end, the water will stop in the tube at the same height level, right?
Is this
okay?
Is the rain picking up on my microphone?
A little bit, not really.
Okay, that's good. It's loud. It's blasting in my earphones.
No, it's not that bad.
Cool.
I could play the top flat Earth satanic fails. We could go into the Kim Jong-un stuff if you want to screen share, or I just whipped up this new pick up this new banner. I'll turn this off. Can you see, Jay?
Nice.
Yeah, Beyond Flat Earth. Yeah, we need people to do. Yeah, it's not the best lighting, but it's good for now. We need people to do memes. We need people in the chat. If you're true, we need you to help share the video. Jason, why don't you bring up some of that BOB stuff? Because I thought it was great what you had showed me earlier.
Well, I just want to, in comparison to the type of experiment that we're suggesting, well, it's going to happen. It won't take long. Compare that to, this is sort of the big talk right now. We've got a celebrity that is doing the GoFundMe. And it started out at $200,000, and it's now at $1 million. And this is what he wrote. He says, "What's up, guys? Help support BOB purchase and launch multiple weather balloons and satellites into space." So this has changed. Before it was going to launch a rocket. So somebody came along and told him rockets don't go into space. But weather balloons and satellites into space for experimental exploration. He's donated $1,000 to the cause to keep it going, and will be keeping you updated with step-by-step documentation of the process. So it started out really, really ridiculous, because he said a rocket and he had satellites, and he was asking for $200,000. And I was just ready to make the hit piece that was just going to go crazy on that. So you can see that somebody came along and told them, "Hey, what you put out there was really, really, really stupid." And they made it look a little bit... Got a moth on the camera. At least they raised it to $1 million now. Changed it to weather balloons and satellites. So what did GLOBEBUSTERZ milked people out of how much money for their failed weather balloon fiasco?
There was no totals.
Yeah, but now
no accountability on GLOBEBUSTERZ.
Now BOB wants $1 million for weather balloons.
Yeah, $1 million
for weather balloons.
For weather balloons, it's not a satellite, a rocket.
No, I'm reading it right here. He changed it. That's what I was saying. This is it was so stupid before. Somebody came along and helped tighten it up for him. Now he's going to launch weather balloons and satellites into space. Oh. So weather balloon you can get for like $500 or less. He wants $1 million. That's a big markup.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. 500,000%. And then have you heard, Jason, that over on the Flat Earth Rip You Off Davidson for Truth channel, they're looking for funding. They're looking for $5,000, the same funding that we're looking for a simple billboard in North Carolina. That'll probably be CGI.
That is what IPS's billboard was, is CGI.
So what I wanted to point out here is, ladies and gentlemen, since Jason and I have released the world's longest water level test, Guinness Book World Records, that is going to happen. These satanic shills can go ahead and put up, they've come out now, there's two. Their billboard funding now again for a fake billboard, and BOB has come out in the last 2 weeks with this absolute ridiculous, and I smell Jaren on all of this. I don't know why, it just stinks Jesuit, Black Mason scum.
Well, isn't Jaren the only person that BOB supposedly talks with in the flat Earth community?
Well, I don't know if the source is reliable, but I would be ashamed. This man here, he runs his mouth. He's a rapper. He's a Black community leader, and all he's doing right here is making the Black community look stupid. Okay, he should be ashamed of himself. And you know what? I'm not racist in any way. I was raised. Everybody is equal. You are judged on how you treat people. And BOB here, I've even noticed like a lot of the brothers, even the Flat Earth brothers, are just eating this guy alive. All you have to do is type in BOB the Builder is a fake flat earther, and you're going to get an amazing live stream from this this gentleman. He does a great job. He debunks everything that BOB does. I wish I had some more information. I'll put that information in the links below. this guy here should be ashamed of himself. He has a chance to be a upspoken person in the community. And what does he do? I'm looking for the curve. Is this a new video, Jay? I'll pipe down.
I don't know if it is or not. I just noticed that his little paragraph here was updated, and the his goal is updated. It's no longer 200,000. It's 1 million.
Let's peep this video. This is a different video. Before he had the Buddhist yoga Satanist mat.
Oh, that's right. Should we play it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to thank everybody who donated to the cause. Your contributions are greatly appreciated. However, I made a few alterations to the campaign by raising the original amount from 200,000 to 1 million, because I feel like a lot of people have made a lot of valid suggestions. So I have come to the conclusion that instead of just sending one satellite or several satellites into space, I will be raising funds to try every available experiment and test, including but not limited to weather balloons, drones, blimps, even high altitude balloons, and whatever else.
Drones into space.
Drones into space. He peep this, Bob. Drones only go a mile. Okay, peep this, Bob. If you're a real flat earther, everybody here, make sure you send this to POB. Post a link everywhere, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you share this. I'm going to make a video with this clip. Bob, donate to us, man. You're a wealthy Freemason rapper. You got thousands of dollars. We need $6,000. Bob, come to Galveston. You can set up a stage and rap at the fair as we finish proving the earth is flat. Bob, if you turn us down, if you don't give us a shout out, Bob, this is Beyond Flat Earth. Jason Laufenberg, I'm Event Skeptic. Today we got Brian Anchor on. Bob, we are officially calling you out right here and right now. You want to prove the earth is flat? Back the world's longest water level test and turn this ridiculous $1 million GoFundMe down, because we're going to prove the earth is flat in less than a month.
I've got it, brother. We've got the DJ speaker. We've got microphones. We get B.O.B. to come sing at the celebration. He can have the rights. He can make the money off of it. We're not all here to make money. Just fund out the rest of this experiment. Let's get it done. We'll show you how to prove the earth is flat in no time whatsoever. Just flat out undebunkable. So yeah, I appreciate the update, B.O.B. and hope to hear from you.
Well, we're calling you out. We better hear from you, buddy. Or you're not a real flat earther. You're one of these fake people that we want to get rid of. Sick of it. Sorry, everybody.
Where do you fall on this, Brian? Are you just like, these guys are crazy? What's going on?
No, I see. I would never promote B.O.B. the same way I would never promote Rihanna, because I think everybody that's in the mainstream has sold their soul to the devil to get where they're at. And so my flat earth does not involve B.O.B. or Satanists. I'm trying to put a wall up between me and them, when it comes to doing research. If I don't want them influencing me at all.
That's true. I take back the invitation for him to sing.
What? No, he wants to rap. He wants to support the project. Let's let him rap. His rap's all right. I'm not saying he's not a good rapper. I'm saying he's not a real flat earther.
But he's a Satanist, and he's just gonna mix in satanic lyrics.
Let's give him the chance to show that he's for Team Yahushai.
He's singing some song backwards or something.
I don't think he does that. He doesn't have that style. Well, he's got a Grammy, right? Or not? What is it?
Nominee for a Grammy or something?
No, it was what's the other Satanist award show?
I don't follow those. I cannot stand celebrities. Yeah. I gave up television a long time ago.
Yeah.
Tim Osmond texted me. He said he was blocked from the chat, and you haven't responded to his email. And I said to him, Tim, I could screen share everything here. We invited you for 3 straight weeks to be on Beyond Flat Earth. You've turned us down for all 3 weeks. You do nothing but call us gay and mock us. You have no truth, no proof. You're nothing but a coward. We're going to invite you on again, Tim, Jason.
Well, we did before. Was it last week, right? Or Sunday when
I waited for him.
Yep. And so we've extended the invitation to what would be the supposed troll for the truth for the globe Earth.
And he says he's banned from our chat. He has 300, 400, 500 accounts. You're not banned from the chat. Where's the bell?
This chat. I'm banned from all of his chats.
This is trolling for the truth. Trolling is the spiritual war, people. And I want to get this re-memed. I think we've been totally programmed to think of trolls as these basement dwelling keyboard warriors that live in their parents' basement and can't support themselves. And there's.
Let me see your skin. Hold it up to the camera. Is this white or is this tanned?
I don't know.
If we're trolls for the truth and we're sun-kissed, we ain't basement dwellers.
No, we're not. So I want to re-meme it. So instead of people thinking of that ogre, the troll under the bridge, the basement dweller, I'd like people to re-envision trolling for the truth or trolling with the truth is that beautiful fishing boat like out in the Caribbean with its riggers out, and it's got its trolling lines out, and it's trolling along like the word truth just dangling in the water. And we're out here trolling with the truth, trying to get people that are interested in the truth, that be it Christianity, the shape of the world, the nature of our reality, all those things. Those are the big topics that we're covering here on Beyond Flat Earth, and nobody else is touching these topics anywhere, and they sure aren't covering it from a Christian standpoint. So Ronnie gets reset up. One of the other topics that we've covered before is the North Korea hoax. And so we started studying footage from the media regarding these war things, and it just kept on turning out to be CGI, everything, CGI, CGI, CGI. And so if people remember back, I don't know if it's a couple months now, North Korea had their big military parade, and they had their vehicles going down the road and people marching and stuff. And it was CGI. QNP did an excellent video that blew it out of the water as absolute CGI. So Ronnie, if you want to get some of those clips that you've seen recently, and then I guess it was just last night, I was doing some online research and came across something that I thought would be at least interesting to share, get people thinking about this. Go out and do your own research on it too.
Oops. Well, I was going to give a shout out to, I see some people in the chat, the Rain Man, Twitwit. Nice to see Twitwit. That's a longtime troll for Jesus. He says, I think it's a girl, but, shout outs to Cucks. It's good to see people here getting involved in the chat. We've been so censored, right, Jay?
Yeah. YouTube's to the point now where, so when I have a video up and people comment and then I comment on those comments, if I come in from a different one of my accounts or from one of your accounts, my comments, the original Awake Soul comment, doesn't even show up. So I'm shadow banned from my own comments on my own channel. And
Me too. Actually, I just got 500 comments. Remember? Was it last week? They showed up on my page. I guess we can get into some of this stuff here. So basically, Hawaii is being warned that Kim Jong-un is going to set off a nuclear test, he's going to nuke Hawaii and California. And my question to everyone is is there any real missiles that could fly more than 20 miles, 10 miles?
Well, missiles, NASA has shown how hard it is to actually shoot off a rocket. I mean, they've got extensive reels of blowing up rockets because they tend to spin out of control. There's a lot of weight there and takes a lot of thrust. And so everything's got to be lined up perfect, otherwise they start toppling end over end and then they blow apart. They don't have wings on them. They don't fly like planes, and so.
You see it? See, they got the thumbnail over here, the tag, because they want to cover. Look at this. Everybody, if you want to know the truth about this man right here, he was raised in Sweden. He went to a boys' school, English-speaking boys' private school in Sweden. He's not a Korean fascist dictator. He's like an Illuminati. He's probably just as Western as we are. Okay, like it's all of this stuff, like, and the amount of CGI that they do. See, they'll have a group of troops this size here, and they'll copy and paste it 50 times. That's the way they do this. And you know, I know some Korean people. They're actually really nice people. So I don't even know if they really know what's going on. I don't know what the I don't know if everyone really knows in Korea. What do you guys think? Do you think they know?
I don't know. It seems to all be theater. Something. The thing that I'm going to show points to the idea that it might be all Freemason controlled. That whole North Korea storyline.
We got this. I'll let's see here. His binoculars seem to be getting bigger too, with all of his videos. Where's full screen? Okay, here we'll.
China will put a heavy move on North Korea and end this nonsense once and for all.
That's weird. They don't want us to play it. Wow. They're killing us.
Korea's tests, the country trumpeted that the long-range missile could, quote, reach anywhere in the world.
They could reach anywhere in the world with this thing. It doesn't have any wings. How do you guide it?
Yeah, so this is something that everybody's just got to stop and use their head for just a second. If you could keep it on one of these rockets here. So if it's going to take off in North Korea and get to something like Hawaii, there's two different types of flights that you can imagine in your head. There's the one where it just goes up and it flies across the ground like you've seen in so many Hollywood movies, where it's like hovering across the ground, just it's going up and over the hills, and it's, you know, winding around side to side, and, you know, those are like heat seekers or, you know, GPS guided bombs, laser guided bombs, stuff like that. And they don't have any wings. You know, they're being pushed with rocket thrust. They have no way of. They're just a big chunk of metal. The amount of fuel that it would take to propel a rocket from North Korea to Hawaii like that. I mean, just think about what it takes for a regular airplane. How much fuel that takes. And that has lift. You know, a rocket has no lift to it. It doesn't have the wings. So then the other type of rocket would be the one that goes all the way up into outer space, right? Those are the intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs. So those go into outer space, and, you know, we as flat earthers know that there's nothing going up into outer space. It doesn't go up and float, but that's what the globers promote. That rocket goes up into space, and then so Earth gets to rotate. It gets to hang out up there like the ISS does, and then it re-enters. But then use your head again. So that rocket that you just saw, you know, it's going to have to do re-entry, just like the storyline that we were given of the space shuttle. I mean, where's the heat shielding? Why isn't the front of that thing melting while it's doing re-entry coming in from outer space? So either way, missiles are a hoax. Missiles, there is no nuclear threat from North Korea because nukes don't exist, and they can't get them here because missiles don't exist.
Hokkaido. I did a little bit of I studied a little bit of Korean martial arts, Hapkido. Hokkaido means hoax nuclear no-go. Pointing that out. But it really, the fact that they're trying to say that they can shoot a missile, it has no wings. It has no way. How would they steer this, Jason? Can you give me a logical answer? How would you make this go up?
Well, just the rocket boosters. They're supposed to change the thrust and twist them around.
It would just go like this. It would just roll.
Yeah, it goes into a tumble. We've seen lots of footage of rockets going into a tumble and blowing up.
Little stabilizers on a missile, and like honestly, people, we could go through this for hours. There's not one real. I haven't found one real picture of a rocket that's flying through the air like beyond 100 kilometers. I don't know, not even 100 kilometers. We can only see for what, 10 miles.
It varies on our elevation. 3 miles if we're on like flat ground.
Here we go, people. Don't mind the 1984 graphics here. That's weird. Oh yeah, look at that. And the other thing that's funny too, if you watch the Go Fast rocket, that thing shoots off the ground with a velocity that's unheard of. These missiles here have to be going super fast. Like if you had a little rocket set when you were a kid, the rockets didn't slowly. They were like,
yeah. Do you remember those that you put water in it and you pumped it up and then?
No, I had those. No, I built one. I had a tripod. I had a launching stage. I had a button, and I bought the model rockets, and then I put the batteries in them. They were like gunpowder packets.
Oh wow!
And then yeah, they would go exactly the way that you see. Like a NASA launch. It goes up the parabol and then it arcs, and then it parachute opens and you try to find it. So I've been doing that for most of my life, but this right here is so fake. Look at it. Come on, people. Hawaiians, you guys really think this is real? And the other thing I've noticed too, Korea has now got the turning to darkness missiles like NASA and SpaceX, all of a sudden it's dark. As soon as they launch the rocket. Look at that. Come on. Not real. Look at that. What stabilizes the rocket? Just look at it's going here. This was real for sure. Is that a crayon? This one's a crayon, guys. This is a crayon. Make sure you zoom in.
Well, just look at the flames coming out of the back of it. So all this fear being generated.
Come on, people, look at this.
All this fear being generated in the world is off of some CGI footage that they created and are spreading as being true when it's just a lie.
This is a bullet. They just took a picture of a bullet, green screened it.
That is a bullet
or a lighter with a lighter. It's like a lighter bullet. Oh, the flames are totally CGI. The whole.
I'm gonna go grab another water. I'll be right back.
You can even see the green screen around it, like you can see around my head. You can see. Can you see it, Brian?
Yeah, it kind of brings me back to.
Oh, tranny! How did that get on here? Tranny alert! Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
What is that?
Yeah, Jason, this is the nuclear. Yeah, tranny alert. I'm gonna hand it back over to you, Jason.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen, you have nothing to fear. This is if the power shuts off, it was the government.
No, there's no missiles, no nukes, just fear porn. So this is what I came across last night. It's very interesting. So in my path, what is it? Maybe around 2005, came across 9/11 was an inside job. Took me a little while to come to grips with that. But I started following, the conspiracy forums, stuff like that. And eventually I got to the point where I was checking out Godlike Productions, and I was so scared. I thought the guys in black suits and helicopters and stuff were going to come after me because I was looking at Godlike Productions. But it's just another CIA forum that's just loaded with tons and tons of disinfo, and they don't allow flat Earth to be talked about on there. They ban it completely. But it's still interesting, and keep tabs on what's going on there. It's where I originally came across flat Earth. But this one right here, let me make it a little larger so people can see what this is about. This was posted in 2013, and so it says a Masonic pyramid that is 33 decameters high is being built in North Korea with money from Bill Gates to be destroyed on October 1st. So,
Did you say, I gotta come over. Did you just say Bill Gates?
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Whoa. Ding. I took the bell inside. So you're telling me that Bill Gates is funding a project in Korea, North Korea?
Yep.
North Korea.
Yep.
War's a hoax.
Yeah, so it goes on. That's the reason why Freemasonry is building a 330 meter high pyramid there through an Egyptian contractor. So this is I don't know how to pronounce this, but Roy Goyon Hotel in Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea. So when Ronnie and I were first covering War is a Hoax, and we came across the CGI of that, like, North Korea parade, and we started, looking at rockets and missiles and all that kind of stuff. We started scouring around, like, in Google Earth, and was checking out what the capital of North Korea looked like, and right away this hotel stood out like crazy.
We thought it was CGI.
We thought it was CGI.
If people want to know, if I don't link it in the description, that was War, Nuclear Hoax, North Korea, and Everything is a Hoax. It was a great podcast. We actually met people from Hawaii through that podcast. But I remember me and you going through the is it real? Could it be real? That we went to Google Earth and we were like really trying to find it, and I guess it's real. We
came to the conclusion that it was real. So this is interesting. This was in 2013. And it says to be destroyed on October 1st. So that comes from... So there's this very strange website whose domain is roygong.org. And when you go to that, click to that site, it brings up this right here.
Whoa.
Roygong.org. And let me zoom this in a little bit.
What the heck is that?
And so I don't know what the building on the left is. Maybe we could get some help from the chat. I clearly know what the two in the middle are. That's the World Trade Center. It's got the 9/11 on there. And then the last one is that Pyramid Hotel that says 10-1. And
that's the day after Atonement.
That is the day after Atonement. So, a lot of people would like to think of us as date setters. We surely don't think of ourselves that way. We're watchmen, and we're always hopeful, and we'll share the things that we come across. Strong hope in the day of atonement for a rapture, which would be September 30th, and then so the day after, there's the idea that crazy, crazy hotel that's been built in Poigon, funded by Bill Gates, which is a Freemasonic pyramid, would be taken down, World Trade Center style. So it's just a wild connection that I wanted to share with everybody. If it happens, you heard it here first. You there, Brian? How you doing, Brian?
I'm still here, man. I'm listening to you.
What do you think of that stuff?
So I just sit and listen.
That's all right.
I think the Masons have completely infiltrated this world with their signs and symbols. They're spending big bucks all over the world right now to implement the New World Order. The New World Order is the beast system, the Antichrist, all that stuff. And so that's one of the things I see the Satanists in the Truth Movement. We're trying to make people like us that point out the symbols look foolish, right? But we know, because we've been researching these symbols for such a long time, that the people that use these symbols are Satanists, child molesters, occultists, child traffickers, they're scam artists. They're the elites. It's not a flesh and blood battle we're fighting. It's definitely spiritual, and there is definitely satanic practices going on in high places, if you know what I mean. And that's what these symbols are all about.
Yeah, it's always the same thing with these channels like IPS, and I hear Mark Sargent and Patricia Steer do it all the time. They always try to make light of it, like, oh, I'm wearing a 33, I must be a shill or something, and the way they present it like that, I guess this somehow makes people think that because they're joking about it, that it's not true. But it's become so obvious that when they joke about that stuff, that it's just to cover up for the fact that they're using it, which,
well, I look at it,
you don't see the Christians doing that. They don't do that stuff.
I watched a video the other day of this lady going into Walmart, and she was looking at some toddlers' outfits, some sleepers and stuff. And the slangs that were on the sleepers, I don't even want to talk about them. They were that disgusting. And so that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. This pedophile agenda is right there alongside of the satanic symbolism agenda. I mean, because they both come from the same source. And so everybody wants to run around and make fun of us for pointing it out and make light of the symbology. Well, I can tell you as a Christian and as somebody who stands on the Word of God, I make sure that I have none of these symbols in my house. And I make sure that in my videos, I try my damnedest not to make these symbols, the 666 and the triangle. And I try my damnedest. The most symbolic thing I have here is my Batman mask. And that's only because I pick on IPS the Penguin, right? But no, making light of these symbols and all of this is just a tactic that they're using to try to discredit us, to make us look foolish, when it's the opposite way around. They're also desensitizing people on YouTube to these symbologies. Because
they're trying to teach people it's all right.
Yeah. And before we came along, you remember when Hillary Clinton said on the news that there is a war in the mainstream media, and their side was losing this war. And I noticed ever since she has said that on the mainstream media, they have picked up and they have put these agents at the top of all of the movements. And I don't think it's, like I said, it's not just the Flat Earth or the Truth Movement. I look at everybody on YouTube that's big, that has millions and millions of followers. They're just media plants. They're taking mainstream media and they're putting it on YouTube now. They're just migrating over. That's all it is. And we're being taught to accept it. And we're being told that it's okay. When for the past 5 years, everybody on YouTube has been pointing out the symbology in the mainstream media. And I won't accept their symbology. I won't.
I'm with you all the way. They used guys like Russian vids. They had guys that and like Zachary Hubbard, and they went absolutely crazy with the symbols, and they desensitized people to it so that these elites can continue to. Well, I happen to believe the shadow people, the people that are them, there, those, them, the ones that we talk about, I believe that's an AI system. We're going to get into that in another topic. List Dexic, Jason says that he believes that's Chernobyl that they're showing, and it's the date on the shirt is 4/26. Or no, that's not right. April 26th. It is 4/26. Yeah.
4/26 is that
the fake?
Okay.
Fake. That was the Chernobyl was fake, right? Like,
wow.
They show animals living there. Nothing was destroyed or burnt in the supposed. That was the first fake. Everyone needs to check out Galen Windsor. Okay, Galen Windsor is a guy who eats radioactive material. And he said when
something else.
They had a melt over, and he would go over with a pair of gloves on and put the rod back into its position, right, with the cooling rods. He just grabbed it by his hand. Nuke. We all know that nukes are a hoax on this channel. But if you guys wanted to go a little bit R-rated, I did have something prepared, private video that I've got that I haven't shared in a while, and in honor of Brian's amazing. So I wanted to touch on one quick thing as well. Today I called out Daniel Pratt, Flat Earth Reset, B.O.B., ODD Reality, Wakey, Eric DeBay, Dearth, Mark Sargent. If all these people here proclaim to be flat earthers, you want to talk about Patricia Steer, but when people like Jason and I and Enslaved by Media and List Dexic and Now We Jaw, and we're all banding together to do an experiment. We're not rich. We don't have Flat Earth Photography, QNF. We don't have the power of the Satanists. We don't have like Patricia Steer. If you donate to her super chat, she donates it to Jaren's, and Jaren donates it to IPS's. We don't have any of that going on. So I just want everyone to know I don't have anything against Daniel Pratt and Flat Earth Reset, except for the fact that they constantly, I'm not asking for credit, but me and Jason, we have been doing this exposing thing for a long time. And when we come with actual Flat Earth proofs and truths, how come no one else puts our name in their title? If you're a real flat earther, you should be sharing. Jaren's test got mirrored probably 30 times the first 5 minutes it was up, and it's an absolute mockery. It's a joke. Absolute joke. Do you guys want to touch on that topic?
Yeah, well, it concerns me that flat earth photography, what am I saying? Daniel Pratt and Flat Earth Reset, that they totally reject the map that we're using with absolutely no. They just reject it. They won't look at it. They don't debunk it. They don't offer us any correction on it.
I like you guys and all. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. We love you, brother.
Yeah, and then the
I'm having technical difficulties, so if I interrupt, it's because I just didn't quite catch you talking. But
yeah, no problem.
Now that I have found you guys, I mean, I like you guys. You guys are good people, and I see why you're rejected by all these people, because they have a thing going, and you're not in their club. So, I mean, I have your guys' permission to plug all of your videos on my live streams, I think. So
all of our videos, comments.
I won't change them. I mean, I support your guys' mission 100%. I have no issues with Daniel Pratt or Flat Earth Reset. My main job, I think, my gift is exposing people too, just like Dan Pratt and mainly Flat Earth Reset. The few problems I do have with Flat Earth Reset and Dan Pratt is Flat Earth Reset doesn't want to give up his identity. It would give him a little more credibility if he came out, but it's fine. He's doing what he's doing. But yeah, I think it was like I was saying earlier, some of us have different gifts, and you guys seem to have the gift to research this model. I mean, I'm not going to say it's over my head because I'm a smart guy. It takes a little bit of time to understand.
It does. Right? Just like everything, just like
so
learning.
Give me some time, and I will be able to talk about your model with you.
Just like learning the flat Earth takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Lots and lots of research.
Well, and what I wanted to say about Daniel Pratt and Flat Earth Reset is I love the work that they do.
Yeah.
If they're not willing to share actual flat Earth truth, and all you're willing to do is bash Patricia Steer. Oh, I think we got some mic rub. If all you're willing to do is bash Patricia Steer and the shills, then you're just set up to promote them. So one thing we know, anyone that's been into Hollywood or movies, you're still there. Just hit mute until you come back. We're a little sketchy here. They're bandwidthing us. So what I'm trying to say is if all you're doing is bashing trolls and you don't produce any truth pieces, all you're doing is supporting them, because in Hollywood, any publicity is good publicity. The fact that her name gets said 1,000 times, even by me alone, is all that, you know, as a shill, what you want, as a Satanist, what they want, in my opinion, is people to just constantly bring them up and bash them, because then they can come out and say, look at me, I got the truth because everybody's bashing me. But really, Daniel Pratt doesn't offer anything else to the community. When we're out here trying to offer a tangible flat earth proof, and we don't get one mention besides we love our crew, but from anyone else, nothing, you know. And that's why I made the video. And, you know, this is a short video I wanted to play for you guys. This is I'll just go with it, Jason, and then I'll hand it over to you guys. I'm just going to stop this. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
No, I can't hear you. When you got your screen share going, I can't hear you at all.
Okay, you should be able to hear this. Well, I'll just mute.
Okay.
This is a very special video.
Matrix, or the game, is set up so that if you're not one of those people that decides that they wanted to have a child molestation experience, so to speak, that it won't happen to you. Okay? That's part of the rules of the game. Okay, and so just because somebody hears it, they may not necessarily, that doesn't mean that they're going to go to the wrong child. I think that is very well managed. You know, they would go to the, if you're not one of those people that decides that they wanted to have a child molestation experience, so to speak, that it won't happen to you. Okay? That's part of the rules of the game. Okay? And so just because somebody hears it, they may not necessarily, that doesn't mean that they're going to go to the wrong child. I think that is very well managed. You know, they would go to the...
So I'm off of YouTube because I want to devote that time and energy, instead of to making YouTube videos and creating content for my subscribers, I'm going to dedicate that time to exposing you. I am going to ruin you. That's one of my goals for 2017, you old fuck. I'm going to expose you. I'm going to ruin you. Flat Earth be damned. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I've already got a new name. I already got a new story. Got a new business set up. I'm going to be taken care of, buddy. And I'm going to have enough money to anonymously live my life like I used to. I don't have to be in public, you stupid fuck. I don't have to do this. If your objective was to drive me underground, well, I guess you succeeded because, well, not really. You see, part of me is going underground. I'm still publicly going to do what I'm doing. You're not going to shut me up, you old weak fuck. You fucking coward. You piece of shit. You worm. You lowlife. You maggot. You coward. You wannabe. You fake. You're so fucking inarticulate, I can barely understand you. Hey, y'all, this is protected by copyright, blah, blah, blah. I can't even understand you, man. Your words run over one another. You're so fucking obnoxious. You're so fake. You're fake, old man. You're fake, and you're way out of your league. You're fake, fake, fake. You're stupid, stupid, stupid. And everybody knows you're an old fucking faggot. You're an Elmer Fudd-looking faggot. And you're gonna die soon. You're old, man. You're over the hill. You're gonna fucking die soon. And I'm gonna be on your mind until the day you die, because you're so fucking obsessed. And I really think it could be about unrequited love. It could very well be the case that you are an old, slimy faggot. It's very likely that you're a fucking faggot. It really is. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, you Elmer Fudd-looking old cock-sucking faggot. You tell me how you're not a fucking fag. Tell me how you're not a fucking old homo. You got poop dick. You got AIDS. What do you got, man? You're a fucking faggot. Tell me you're not a fag. So now I know what you look like. Now I've got a picture of you on my wall. You might have seen it. Maybe not. Actually, you should have seen it. I think I sent it. Yeah, actually, that's right. I did make an effigy. That's right. That's right. I did call upon the forces of darkness to bestow their infernal power upon me. I open wide the gates of hell, summon forth from the abyss
What a psycho.
all the beasts of the pit. I favor the just, I curse the rotten, and the things of which I spoke today, with the effigy in hand, shall come to pass. You'll see. You'll see. I'm coming for you.
Our final guest, I can't believe this, but he's the head of the Flat Earth Society.
Astronauts to the moon.
Ronnie, I choose not to worship the God of the Bible. It's my worship the God of the Bible. It's my choice, my decision, because I don't think it's safe to trust the words of men, and the description of the God in the Bible is not someone who is due worship. Period. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of God, to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
Baron loves evil.
What do you think, Brian? Which one would you vote for as the most satanic rant?
I don't know, man. They're all up there in my books. That's crazy. It's crazy that these people have so much credibility, man. Like
they all have thousands of subs too.
No, and they're so like. I had to look up bat's blood today because I heard somebody talking about it the other day. So, and then I heard Jaron say it's just ink. So I went up to look up this ink, and what I found about the bat's blood, it's used to cast spells, it's used to write spells, it's used to curse people.
Yeah, well, are you familiar with his online website where he sells all that stuff?
I went to it today. It's ironically shut down for maintenance.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, so no, I haven't had the chance yet. I've never trolled it before, no.
Well, I'll just do a quick recap. What Jaron was spewing there at the end, those that are subject to the higher powers are the angels that are set above us. not the government. Jaron goes around telling people that the Bible tells you to submit to your government. He's such a dork. He well knows that those scriptures are speaking unto a higher power, Yahweh. Go ahead, Brian.
About the government thing. Yes, the Bible does tell us to obey our government, but, and there's a but in there, if the government is going against God's morals, example, abortion, homosexuality, the things that they're teaching children in school about sex education, and all the other wicked things that our government's promoting right now, like gender change on birth certificates. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff that we don't have to obey.
Yahushua spat in all their faces. He whipped them out of the court. Yahushua, who you call Jesus, I call Yahushua. He was the original troll. Everywhere he went, they were like, "Oh no, here he comes. He's gonna." And he was like, "You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're a troll. You're going to hell. You're out." And that's what he did. He wasn't saying submit to these people. He said, "Be honest and just in everything you do."
Right. I take it back. Yahushua or Jesus was the original troll for the truth.
That's where I get my spirit from, because that when I read the scriptures, and you got to, when they're speaking of higher powers and magistrates, they're not speaking of Flavius Claudius. He was speaking of Abraham, Moses, right up to Yahweh. And
because we're saved, we're to look at these men. We're to look at these men.
We're not saved, I don't believe, until we wake up in the new creation. I want to be saved, so I have faith that I am saved, but I'm not, because I'm still a human. But so Jaron put that bloody heart out there and just totally mocked the creator. You got Bob saying that in this simulation that just because they were talking about how some children predestined being raped doesn't mean that you're going to go to the wrong child and rape them, just because you heard Bob saying that some people choose to be raped before becoming human. And then he threatens to murder and has a complete satanic blood sacrifice effigy ritual. And so those are the three most satanic rants of 2017, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think we should give IPS the award for sure, because he's the one that's gone totally satanic, making hexes and MP3 audio books.
You're all even.
He gets my vote.
Jaron does more damage than the three of them put together.
Yeah, Jaron.
But IPS is the most satanic. I can't deny.
Yes. Well, he called me the other day, eh?
He called you.
And I answered it, of course, because I'm a grown man, and I thought he was going to answer some questions, right? Because if he had answered my questions, I might not have been there making videos to expose them. So anyways, he went to the efforts of covering up the camera, and then he went through the efforts of covering the microphone so I couldn't understand him. And so I kind of controlled the conversation, and I didn't shut up. And at the very end of the conversation, he whipped off the blanket off the camera and flashed this great big huge Baphomet sign on his wall beside the great big black satanic penguin, and then he hung up on me. And so that's what we're dealing with. How can you talk about things like that?
He's a child.
Yeah.
Jason called him because I couldn't call to the States, and Jason can. So he had no cell phone service or internet service. I can't remember, but he called him. And as soon as Jason didn't even know who he was calling. As soon as Jason knew who he was talking to, IPS said that he should eat shit and hung up on him.
Yeah.
As soon as Jason was ready to go.
He's high school.
What a coward. He's a coward. Like Tim Osman, IPS, MP, they are cowards. Anyone who is out here proclaiming that they have truth or that they're exposing something and they hide their face are cowards.
Well, we do have a standing open challenge to all the popular Flat Earth channels to please debate Ronnie and I here on Beyond Flat Earth. We've been exposing all the major flaws in the popular Flat Earth model. And if you believe in your model at all, if you think it's true at all, then you owe it to your subscribers to actually come on here and stand up for what you've been promoting to them. So there is an open always, and I will continue to put out video after video after video, completely tag titled, SEO'd against all the popular flat earth channels to destroy their credibility, wear them down to nothing until somebody will take the debate challenge. Because if you're going to say that you're here for the truth, you should be willing to debate us over the things that we're saying. You know, you're promoting our lies.
Mm-hmm.
And we do think that they're lies. We don't think that you're just misled. Because I've been in Skype call with Jeranism. I showed them the flaws as far as the sunrise, sunset angles in the southern hemisphere from the winter equinox, from the fall equinox to the spring equinox. And after he tried to twist my mind around a number of times, and I kept my focus and showed him where the flaw was, kept on, you know, eventually he was just like, great, you ruined my week. and then absolutely nothing changed. He still promotes that model. He has a video up now after we're starting to get some headway, you know, saying why he still promotes it. And then that's when he broke out that Amazon half globe toy thing that he wanted people to buy. That little toy somehow, you know, rectified the problems of the popular 80 model. It was mind-boggling.
It was horrible, and I'm glad that we smashed it when we did, because it was so obvious that he just had this plastic thing that he was trying to like change the shape of his. What's going on? Oh, my screen share is messed up. Totally just a joke. They just do nothing but mock the flat earthers. And with Daniel Pratt, he totally seems like he's an honest guy. But if you're only concerned with talking about Patricia Steer, okay, my question for everybody going forward is, I know these people hear our shows, I know they see our videos. Why is nobody getting behind the 3 mile test? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with us? Tell us what's wrong. Well, that's all we want. Why are they not sharing at least our model? Like you have Will from The Truth is Stranger Than Fiction does a whole video mocking us, talking about Christians who are hateful. And it's not hateful. I act the way I do out of love for these lost souls. I do it because they deserve me to say, hey, wake up. There's a creator of this simulation and you're mocking them and you're going to be eternally damned. It's my job to warn people.
I do it out of a passion for the truth. That's what drives me
for it. And then you got, you know, how come no one will talk about the model? Like, it's just, what is it? Are people just, is it a hush? Is it like I get 100 views per video. So obviously you got IPS, shill stutters, you got Jeranism. They all probably hit harassment, bully. They hit all these things on my channel. How come it's not fair out here? Where's the fairness?
It's Satan's world, and we're up against a bunch of Satanists.
The vipers.
So I wanted to play that. I got a kick out of QNF's new video, and it does a twofold thing, because we're slamming IPS over and over and over. We're just gonna beat him out of the game completely, so he has no chance of stepping in with any credibility.
You got the keys.
I'm just gonna switch over here and play that new. So this is it's a repost QNF has on his channel. He says, you know, repost it as long as you don't alter the content. I didn't, so let's give this a check out.
Piece of shit. Why you edited your message? Yeah, you say shit in your mouth. Yeah, you like to eat shit. But show you are a man. Show it. And share my video. With shadows behind the sun. Fucking asshole. Share this video on your channel. Show you are a man. Wake people up. Piece of shit. Infinite piece of shit society. This is what you are. Share this video. Moron.
Look at that.
Look. Shadows behind the sun. This means the sun is only a couple of miles away from me. You homophile. Look, this video. Share it on your channel and show us you are not a shell. Wake people up. Money begging whore. Piece of shit. Yeah. Don't come here to my channel. And leave those people alone, you whore. Or I come after you again. I will do another video.
Where's Pac-Man?
Piece of shit. Bitch. Yeah? You want another one? Piece of shit. Yeah, you want more? Piece of shit. Don't come to my channel. Do you understand? Piece of shit.
Money makes the world go round. The world go round. The world go round. Money makes the world go round. It makes the world go round.
And this is an adult film. Funny. The money does make the world go round. As soon as I figured out that the Earth was stationary, I started saying that to everybody.
So he beats up on IPS a little bit, but the real, what I love about that video is it shows the same thing I've got in this video. This was one of the chemtrails are demonic and can prove you're in a simulation. And I don't know if you can see from this at all, but there is a plane flying along that has the shadow being cast up on the clouds above it. You know, something I recorded.
Yeah, that is
not as good as what Q and Fee had there.
Yeah, you got other footage too, where the plane's like morphing as it's flying around you. That was incredible footage.
Yeah, he's got all that stuff too.
But we got a comment, Rosary Cross. I just wanted to quickly say, go ahead.
Yeah, this is super important. You know, this is something I want Brian to pay attention to. We've been showing people for a long time now that what we are seeing in the sky is being rendered to us on a very local scale. That those chemtrail things right there, that's not 10 miles away. That's like 3 miles or less. Q is just like a couple miles. Then there's the position of the sun, and it's casting the shadow right there. That's not possible on the globe. That's not possible on the popular flat earth model. That is what you would expect with what we've been explaining to people as far as, you know, the simulation model. And we don't use simulation as this is like, we can just say, oh, it's simulated. We don't do that. We actually, you know, we've got the map, the longitude, the latitude, the angles of the sunrise, the sunset, the polar star rotation, you know, the North Pole, South Pole, and the way they work. I mean, we address all those issues. And so if I scroll down here, I'm not quite sure what to make of it, but Q commented when I reposted the video and said, "Forgive me, laugh out loud." I don't know. Maybe Q has come along and realized that we are in a simulation. So that's my hope.
Yeah, I'll ring a bell for that one. There was a comment from Rosie Cross. Yes, Will is the truth is stranger than fiction character. And he put out a video called "You Could Still Have the Map of the Earth and Still Be Lost." And he ridiculed us without mentioning our name because Satanists are not allowed to share, are not allowed to share.
They can't, they are not allowed to mention our names.
So, you know, what's funny is, oops, sorry, Jason. What's funny is that We know exactly what his plan is. We know that he's the one that's, whoa, crazy eyes, promoting the electromagnetic earth all along. It's almost like it's his drawing. So, you know, we want to just make sure everyone knows this is the map. I know Will won't talk about it, but as you can see, this is our map. This is how it works. You know, we have it 3D modeled, and you can keep running your mouth, Will. You're not a real Christian. You're a fake, phony flat earther. You haven't got behind our test. Anyone that won't say our name, that will not at least bring up our map or what we produce, our flat earth, flat water level test, they're shills. They're not here for the flat earth. It's proof right there.
Mm-hmm. It is. And we will get louder and louder and louder and louder. And something's going to crack. Something's going to crack, that's for sure.
We're not going away. We're never going to go away. And
we're just going to get louder and louder until we're heard.
Have you ever seen this? I know you're Canadian, Brian. Have you seen this before in the sky?
This screenshot I'm looking at from QNFE?
No, my camera shot.
Oh, your Aurora Borealis there.
Yeah, and I believe this is the serpent here in the upper right.
I can't wait to see that. I'm living right up north where I can see that stuff, but I have yet to get far enough up. And I have so many kids that I can't stay up late enough.
Yeah, this was at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and it just started glowing.
I'm cracked by then.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You got your hands full.
Yeah.
I love BC. It's beautiful out there, brother. It's a dream.
Nice.
Anything else that we wanted to go through, guys?
No, I'm glad I met you guys, and I'm going to keep exposing IPS and everybody until I'm done. I don't know when I'll get my fill, but that should be along soon. But I'm sure there'll be more chills to expose afterwards.
Why don't you? I think we're having a delay. Sorry, brother.
I hope to get into preaching the gospel eventually. I don't want to focus all my time on IPS and Patricia. It just seems to be on the plate right now. They're taking the forefront. So
where can people find you at, brother? What's your YouTube name and all that? What are you looking for from the audience?
You can find me at A Flat Earth Truth Shall Set You Free. That's my main channel. I have a backup account called Spitfire Saint Ministries, which is my ministries in the making right now, behind the scenes. It'll be open soon. My wife has her homeschool vlogs channel. It's a totally flat earth homeschool vlogs, homeschooling thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
What do I want from my audience? I want participation in the comment section. I'm not in it for likes or dislikes or money, but I would like my audience to share, and I would like them to download my content and chop it up. And I welcome anybody who wants to call me out and try to expose me as a shill. IPS has already tried and he failed. And so I think the more people that try and fail, the better it is for me, because I'm still trying to gain the trust of some members in the YouTube community, rightfully so. It's a shilly environment. And so, yeah, but I thoroughly enjoy making videos. I thoroughly enjoy collaborating with other people, other Christians. And I mean, I'm not even judgmental against the atheists and everybody who doesn't have a problem with my faith. People who can be men and women and sit and have a constructive conversation. And so that's what my channel is. It was going to be about making flat earth videos, but IPS and everybody else got involved in the mix. And so now I'm on that, because I think we need more people exposing the darkness too.
So I got a question for you. You know, I was an atheist for a number of years, a rabid one that had been raised on the scriptures. All right, so I thought I knew the Bible well and had become an atheist. Is there any way you can be a flat earther and an atheist? Is that possible?
Well, eventually you're going to come to the road of who created this. And then where do you go from there? Then you have to draw a line in the sand. You have to say, I don't believe in a creator, or I do. You know, so can a flat earther be an atheist? I think it's okay for a flat earther to be an atheist for a little while, but they're eventually going to see the truths of the scripture,
Yeah,
if they want to seek the truth, they will see the truth of the scripture.
But
And if
how
they reject
take it into account?
How could we have a flat plane Earth and it not be created? I mean, isn't that the reason why the whole spinning globe thing was created by the Satanists? Because then the spinning balls, they were able to do the Big Bang explosion and then have no creator. But if it's a flat plane, am I missing something? Is there any way to have a flat plane world and not have a creator?
No.
Or
No, I don't
not
think so.
simulation?
No. Because eventually, like I said, eventually you will see the truth. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When you look at all the evidence and block out all the dogma and all the teachings of men, and you look for what's spiritually led, you will find that you live in a simulation, because that's basically, and that's what the AI that's becoming the body of the beast right now is such a problem for Earth. You can't have a simulation inside of a simulation. It's going to malfunction. Just so everybody knows, the I that I have for Event Skeptic is Yahweh Shai. No, Yahweh Shai said you can judge a man by looking at the color of his eye and the light in his eye, and you will know if that person is clean or if it's a bad person. So Yahweh Shai, Event Skeptic. I just wanted to shout that out. And we make symbols like this. We don't do devil horns. We don't do 33s. We don't wear like Richie from Boston doing orange shirts. We know the Masonic colors. We know the numbers. It is a poison, and when we see it, we need to call it out and make sure that we're not doing that ourselves. Jason, before I end what I have to say, I'm gonna throw it to you. Let me know what's coming up for you. I'm gonna be continuing to pump out the videos. Really enjoying the studio that we've got set up here in we're Southern Antarctica. We're having a really good signal from there today, but I think Tim Osmond might be trying to DDS attack us or whatever. But we are broadcasting live from South Antarctica. It was a pretty sunny day today. The sun is making its way back down to us. Yeah, stay tuned to my channel. When I get back to the United States from Antarctica, I'll probably be going live from there. That's it for Event Skeptic this week. Love to be on here with both of you. Nice to meet you, Brian.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you, Brian. Please, we say this all the time. Check us out. We make some bold claims, but we have yet to have anybody come at us with evidence that what we're saying is wrong. So we've become sort of, I get labeled all the time as being dogmatic. And I have a feeling I'm just going to continue to become more and more dogmatic until, one of these channels comes and I want to debate. I really, really, really want to debate with one of these channels because I'm sick of the garbage that they've been spreading.
Okay. Well, I will make a video, and you have a few videos asking for a debate, and so I will take them and I will make up my own video asking for a debate too, and I'll put that on my channel too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start talking about the truth here.
Yeah. I can definitely do something like that. Because the debate that definitely needs to be had.
Yeah.
We have the right. But I assume people at the top ain't here for the truth anyways, Jason.
No, they're here to cover it up. We'll probably never get to debate, but by demanding the debate, we will drop their credibility.
Exactly. Keep calling them out, keep calling them out, keep calling them out, make them refuse, and eventually people will see it.
Yep.
They've already seen it. They just ignore it because they're cowards. Like Tim Osmond and IPS, and they're all cowards. And troll for truth, troll with truth, beyond flat Earth. And where is the truth being told out here? Brian's channel, Jason's channel, my channel, Nowie Jaw, Flat Earth Photography, QNFI. Who else, Jason? Enslaved by Media.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My mind was drifting someplace else. Do you have anything that you want to play us out with that we can, we can just participate with people in the chat for a little bit? You have something to play us out with?
Yeah, I do. I'll cue it up right now. 1 sec. And last words from you, Brian?
No. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello to everybody in the chat. I see a couple people I know in there from my channel, Anonymous Farm and Yeah, it's good to see you guys got a whole different troll over here. You guys got a whole new crowd over here. Not used to seeing these people.
We've got special trolls.
Yeah, hard to believe the arm is that big.
I'm trying to think. Okay, 1 second here. I'm gonna go with simulation realization. Oh, not this one. Sorry, guys. 1 sec. I'm not screen sharing yet, am I?
No.
How about, you know what? I'm gonna do. No, I don't do the globe busting proof. Remember that video, Jason?
Well, you know, if Brian's new to this, let's do the lookup video. That
You are now
look up video.
Oh, I've seen that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, the look up. You're saying?
Yeah, it's a sort of educational as far as simulation's concerned, and it's scriptural. And it's got some decent music to it. It's not as thumpy as a lot of stuff that we've been playing lately.
Yeah, we've been.
There it is.
Organization Nation. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me screen share it with you. Got the sound right? You guys heard the uppercut?
Yep.
Okay. I'll mute. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Someone's got the video playing.
Maybe still in progress.
Sorry.
Have you ever wondered what you've been missing? Have all the questions been truly answered? Where do you draw the line? Where do you stand? Welcome to the truth about everything.
To the people that subscribed to the truth about everything before there was any content on this channel, I must give you my deepest thank you. But the wait for content is over. For those of you that just stumbled upon this channel and don't know its history, I put out a video, Operation Satanic Shield 17 Exposed, plus channel updates to awake souls. In this video, the structure of Satanic Shield 2017 is exposed. So it shows that I am Jason Laufenberg. The channel that most people know me with is Awake Souls, but I have created a new Flat Earth video blog channel. I work with Ronnie of Skeptic. This is a collaboration between the two of us. But this channel, The Truth About Everything, is a future project that's been realized. And this is Skeptic, Awake Souls, and you. So, your input, your content, your truth, the truth that you can share about something in this world, that you work with us, this is the place that that material is put. And so, the truth about everything will be exposed.
You have reached the truth about